Welcome back to another FIFA 21 video. Today I'm going to show you 3-5-2 pro player custom tactics and player instructions. So this is the best free at the back formation in the game. I'm going to get straight into the custom tactics and instructions. It's a really fun formation to play over, especially at this point in the game. So it's really fun, works really well as well, especially with these tactics and instructions. Okay, so the defensive style we're going to be using balanced, nice and default, no point changing that. You can use a press, but I don't think it works very well. Personally, I prefer to leave it on balanced. For the width, we're going to keep it default, use 5. Depth, we're going to match that, so 5 and 5. Matching the width and depth works really well. So 5 width with like 6 depth doesn't work as well. 5 and 5, or even 4 and 4 works really well. But in this formation, we're going to use 5 width and also 5 depth. Normally, I would say 7 depth for the automatic offside trap you get from 7 and above. But we're going to be sticking with 5. It's free at the back. You've got less defensive help, and 5 works really why, and I'll tell you why in a minute, because it does draw some of your players back when defending. So you'll see that on your player instructions. Offensive style, keep that on balanced. You can use fast build up or long ball, but especially with the free at the back formation, especially with this formation, it really doesn't work well. So I prefer to stick with balanced. It's more unpredictable, so harder for your opponent to know what you're doing, and it works well. Width, I do actually recommend using 4 to make the formation nice and narrow. It only brings in the left mid and right mid, and it's every other sort of position on the pitch just stays the same. Just the left mid and right mid becomes slightly narrower. Normally I would say use a wider width, but on this formation 4 works really well, so we're going to stick with 4, and that is so when you're coming so when you're defending, your left mid and right mid sort of come back into the fullback position, and it just helps with that. Players in box use 5 or 6 to help push more players forward into the opposition box. The more players you have going forward, easier attack is going to be, easier, sort of more likely to score goals. Don't go too high though. I wouldn't really recommend going above 6 or 7, because you'll be open to counter attack very easily, especially on a free at the back formation. 5 or 6 is just fine. Corners on 3 and free kicks on 2. Both your strikers on the player instructions, you want to stay central, get in behind and stay forward, like always on every formation. Use both of those on your strikers. Cam, helping out with the striker, you want to stay forward and get into the box across, once again to be overloading that box and staying forward with the strikers. For the left mid and right mid, for these you have to make sure you use basic defensive support. It's very important. Do not use stay forward. You need your left mid and right mid to sometimes be dropping back into the fullback position when defending. Don't use come back on defence. They'll always try and come back, and sometimes that's a bit too much, drains too much energy. Basic defensive support's fine. The rest just leave on default, should be fine like that. So basic. Pretty much everything default on your left mid and right mid. Don't want to mess them up too much. 2 TDMs, cut passing lanes, cover centre players in the centre of the pitch. Also cut passing lanes to stop the opposition making through balls through and passes around your box. Attacking support, I do recommend using stay back or attacking, so staying back in the TDM position. 3 centre backs, leave all 3 default. Goalkeeper, use comes to crosses, and also use sweeper keeper. Like always, and that is everything for today's video, guys. So thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe to see more videos like these, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.